Hi friends, it's me Sarah, and today we're going to be talking about Star Wars. As you can tell by the title, Star Wars books. I love Star Wars, but you probably knew that if you've checked out any of my Star Wars videos. I get very excited about Star Wars, so I just wanted to go over a couple of the Star Wars books that were announced at the Lucasfilm Publishing panel that happened yesterday, as of when I'm filming this, at Comic-Con. There were a ton of books announced, and the slate went from 0 to 100 real quick, and I just wanted to talk about all those books, some a little bit more in depth than others, how excited I am about them. So jump in the conversation with me. Let me know what you think about all these books in the comments if you're as hype about them as I am. Alrighty, so the first one is we finally got the author of the adult novelization of The Last Jedi, and the author for that novelization is going to be Jason Fry. Jason Fry has done a lot of Star Wars in the past. However, he normally does like encyclopedia type stuff, as well as young adult, like middle readers, sci-fi and Star Wars. And so to see him be picked to do the adult novelization of the movie was definitely a surprise. I know I wasn't the only one that was surprised, but I think it was a good surprise because he wrote a blog post about it and it was really nice, and I trust the guy to do a good job. He did, it was like a middle grade Luke Skywalker book for Journey to the Force Awakens, and I really enjoyed that. I listened to like the audiobook and it was like a fun story, and so he's very passionate about Star Wars novelizations, and I think it's an interesting choice, but a good choice. And we got some of our best books from Claudia Gray, who wrote Bloodline and Lost Stars, and she has typically written young adult books, but Bloodline was her first adult work, and I thought that that book was amazing. It's probably my favorite canon novel, and I just have finished one of her young adult sci-fi novels, which was also pretty good. And so, you know, these young adult writers are coming up into adult writing and they're doing a great job. So I have hope for Jason Fry because Claudia Gray is great, and also Star Wars authors in general are great. The art of The Last Jedi was probably the one that, when I was looking at those photos of the panel, I was most excited about. I read and totally loved looking at and reading The Art of Rogue One, and so I'll be very excited to see all the concept art in The Art of the Last Jedi, because I just think tonally it's going to be beautiful. I'm really excited about this one. They're definitely beautiful books, and I'll see if I can pick it up as soon as it comes out. So the other one that's pretty exciting is the Visual Dictionary. The Visual Dictionary is really meant for kids, but it's still a really fun way to get like an inside look at everybody. There's little tidbits about the characters and the creatures and everybody and all the things that you may have missed in the movie. They're super fun to look through, and they're not a waste of anybody's time. I just think they're fun and silly, and if you have an hour to kill, why not look through a visual dictionary? So that's exciting. Another one that I didn't know we were going to get at Last Jedi version of, but I'm excited that we will, is the Last Jedi cross sections. The cross sections are just like cross sections of the ships. I read the Force Awakens one just again for fun, and it was pretty fun. It was an easy read. Obviously, it's a lot of pictures and a little bit of information about them and about how they work, and it was exciting to look through. So I'm glad we're getting a new one that'll probably include Kylo Ren's TIE Silencer, I believe is what it's called, as well as the ships on Crate that were like digging up the red sand, dirt, I don't know, as well as any other new ships we may see. So that should be exciting and fun as well. Another one that we got announced was Canto Bight, which is the casino planet that was teased in the Variety article, as well as we saw those promo shots of them, of all the creatures and guests at Canto Bight, and wow, I mean, what a majestic, really interesting, very glitzy, very elegant kind of world. So I'll be really excited to see how it's explained in this book, and I think it's going to be told from different characters or creatures, different points of view, because it seems to be short stories written by 4 different authors. So those authors are, forgive me if I pronounce any of the names wrong, Saladin Ahmed, Ray Carson, Mira Grant, and John Jackson Miller. I've never read any of these authors' works, but this sounds really interesting, and like it's going to give us some insight into the movie, but also some insight into probably some more of these background or side characters that we may get in this movie. So that's exciting and fun, and I'm totally here for it. But that'll probably be the most interesting, since that's something completely new. Another book that we're getting that I think goes along with the theme of, we got the Smuggler's Run book. I think the Jason Fry book was like Weapon of a Jedi. I think that's what it's called. And then there was a Princess Leia one that I think was called Moving Target. And so the Last Jedi one that we're gonna get is called Cobalt Squadron, and that's written by Elizabeth Wren, and that is focusing, it looks to be, on Rose, which should be really exciting. Get a little bit of backstory on her character and how she fits into the Resistance and how she fits into the big picture. And then tying into that, we're also going to get Rose and Finn's Mission, which seems to be a young reader's book. But I mean, if it's around, why not pick it up and read it? It might give you some insight into the movie. I don't know. We'll see. But clearly that's telling us that Rose and Finn are going on a mission. They're going to be characters that are tied together. People have speculated that Rose is going to be Finn's love interest. I'm here for it. I'm really interested to learn more about her character. Kelly Marie Tran seems like a great person, total sweetheart, and so I'm excited to learn about her character and their mission in both of these little books. And then another young reader's book we're getting is Rey's Journey. Obviously Rey is going on a journey. I don't think that's a big spoiler in this movie. This movie is going to be super centered on her character and who she is and the Force. So that should be really exciting. And that's not even to mention what's been announced previously is that young Leia book. That's going to be written by Claudia Gray, as well as some other books like, I believe there's a young Luke book, and as well as From a Certain Point of View, the short story anthology, which I'm super excited about. It should be so fun. But like Star Wars posted, StarWars.com, official Star Wars, Twitter, what have you, posted like an article with all of the covers, and I looked at it last night and I was just scrolling for days because there is so much to come. And that's really exciting because it kind of feels like we've been in a bit of a canon lull. But for the Myrtle Squad coming out next week, very exciting. But it feels like in the month of June and the month of May, there wasn't a ton coming out, and so it should be exciting to get back in the swing of things with canon novels and such things. But yeah, I'm excited about these books. There's another one in here, if I can find it, that is really interesting that I don't think we've gotten any information about. It's probably some sort of young reader's book or an interactive book. I like this one, BB-8 Star Wars Cookbook. It's for breakfast and brunch. That's fantastic. I love it. And then there is one, and it's called, I believe, Stormtroopers Behind the Armor, by Ryder Windham and Adam Bray, with a foreword by John Boyega. So I'm not really sure what this is, but I like this cover, and I think this should, even if it's an easy read, be an interesting read. Yeah, and there's lots of like build sets and books for kids, books with sound and stuff, so I'm really excited about all of these fun little things. I love books and I love Star Wars, so I love Star Wars books. I mean, that's just how it is. So if you also are excited about these books, which one are you most excited about? Do you have doubts about any of these books not being as good as you would like them to be? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to talk about it. I just don't want to be sitting here talking to a camera all the time. Please comment. That'd be great. Please subscribe for more Star Wars and movies and whatever I feel like uploading, whenever I feel like uploading. And follow me on my social medias at seh221, just about everywhere. I hope you have a lovely day. May the Force be with you. Bye-bye.